Hello everybody, John Abella from hikelighter.com. I'm out here today with the Vargo Ti-Arc Backpack. This is a backpack that has a titanium external frame and a 3/4 length pack, allowing you to use the bottom for a sleeping pad or if you happen to have a high volume tent, you could put it down here. Rain gear, sit pad, whatever you want could go down here. They do make a version of this in Cuban fiber. I have it. I have a fair amount of miles on it. The main difference between the Cuban fiber one and this one, beyond the fabric, is this one has side pockets, and I really enjoy having the extra side pockets here because this is such a I don't want to say a low volume backpack, but it is on the lower side for being a full-size backpack because you do lose the extra 5-6 inches of length down there. The bag itself is completely removable from the frame, so it's very easy to switch them out. The harness system is attached to the frame, so you don't have any free-floating weight distribution issues there. The side mesh pockets are pretty deep. I'm not going to say they're the deepest ones in the market, but they're okay. You can. This is a Sawyer Mini to give you an idea of just how deep that side pocket is. Now, in this particular side pocket, I have my rain gear, which is a Z-Pax rain jacket and MLD rain mitts. So, everything that would get wet goes in here, including the Sawyer Mini. On this side, I have a traditional spoon and the Vargo Titanium Bot 700, which is a screw-tight mug. I have some oats in here right now. They've been soaking for, I don't know, about 5 or 6 hours. Down here on the bottom, I have my tent strapped. This is a 8x10 tarp and a made by Z-Pax, and then I also have a Z-Pax ground sheet that goes underneath the tarp. And let's see, on the top on this side, I keep my ditty stuff. Toilet paper, I happen to use paper towels, knife, toothpaste, toothbrush, standard ditty bag, and a headlamp. And all that fits on this side. One thing that I would like to see changed is the zippers be the other direction around. Having the zipper start on this side and not this side. It's a little bit of annoyance, because if you just pull your backpack off, and you end up usually facing it this way, it would be nice to just be able to zip them this way and grab what you need. Just probably a me issue. I don't know. On this side, I keep the garments that I access the most throughout the day, which is synthetic Black Rock Gear beanie, Z-Pax wind jacket, and of course the ever with me Montbell Dynamo wind pants. And all of those stuff in there perfectly fine. Now, this is a front panel loader. There's no access on top at all. It's all access through this zipper. And myself and the other folks who've used this backpack are probably our biggest complaint with the backpack is we would like to see a little bit longer zipper. Maybe about another 3-4 inches in length. So at the very top, I just keep my my Montbell synthetic jacket. I got some nuts, my daily clothes. Sorry, not my daily clothes, but all my clothes. cook system for if I decide to cook, and this is just a Snow Peak 400 and a inside is the multi-fuel system from Flat Cat Gear, and then I use the Swiss Fire Gel for fuel. You know, if you've seen me for any amount of time, you know I am not a fan of heat or that type of liquid fuel. So yeah, cook system. Another bag of food, and everything I've got here is no cook food. More clothes. I just keep my clothes mostly just tucked away. You know, anything that's for night sleeping gear, I keep in a small bag. You know, this isn't it's not a waterproof or even water resistant really fabric, so you know, anything that I just don't want to have get wet, I keep in there. The rest of my food is in this bag, and trash. My steaks. For that particular tent setup, I run 2 MSR groundhogs and 4 Saluk 46 titanium steaks. And if I need anything else, I just pick a stick up off the ground. I do have a pair of sandals in here. These are Luna Original somethings. They're the thin Luna sandals with an actual, I think it's a Michelin tire on the bottom and some cowhide on top with hemp lacing. And I'm still breaking them in. You don't usually have to break in sandals, but you know, I'm trying to get these loose enough, and they're not quite flexible enough for me to start wearing them out on the trail. And then standard little Climate V pillow. It's a custom-made pillow. And on the very bottom is my Mountain Laurel Designs FKT quilt, and that fits on the very bottom. And that's all I've got with me. It's all I need, and you know, more than enough room in here for all of this. I can get all of my gear in here, and then about 5 days worth of food before I start, you know, starting to max out this particular max capacity for for the size of the bag. And anyway, that's this. Now I do want to say that I have heard that Vargo is coming out with a new version that's going to be the full length of the frame, which, you know, is a slight change in the concept behind this, you know, getting rid of all of this. Now, there's also another big change that's going to be done with the next version, and that is this particular frame they designed with these curves right here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see them, but there are these curves here on the bottom for when you set it down. I'm guessing they were thinking stability, I don't know. And then there's about 2, maybe 3 inches of frame up above the top of here. So I've seen pictures of the new one, a prototype or final pre-production, and it has the full length the full length bag without the curve and the extras on top. And I gotta say, very impressive. You know, having a external frame, as anybody knows, is just brilliant. The ability for load weight distribution is really what an external frame is all about. And, you know, I can load this thing up to the max, and properly sized, can have the shoulder straps not even really be resting on my shoulders. You know, get 2 hand width underneath them, and the full weight of the backpack is on my hips. And anybody that's followed me for any length of time, you know I'm all about getting that load weight down to your hips. You know, hopefully the next version is going to have a little bit more mesh in the shoulder straps. These could definitely use some 3D mesh padding in them. You know, a couple companies out there make 3D mesh padding add-ons that you can attach to your straps. And that might be a good idea if you're able to find one of these, pick it up on a killer deal, you know, and, you know, add those on there. The lumbar support is very good. You know, if you've ever seen some of my other videos or articles at hikeglider.com, I typically add 1 or 2 lumbar pads to most of my backpacks. And I absolutely don't even need to do that with this one. It does have hip belt built-in hip belt pockets. On this side, I keep hand sanitizer and Blistex and some stuff to keep my nose from drying up. And on this side, I have my whistle and my compass. They go in there when they're not around my neck, taking breaks, that kind of thing. And that is everything about this backpack, pretty much. Just you know, I've had people ask me, "Hey, John, I've got back problems. Do you think this is a good backpack, considering I have back problems?" The answer to that is yes. You know, if you happen to have back problems, finding a backpack to reduce that pressure, that load off your shoulders and getting it down to your hips can mean a huge difference at the end of your day. And you know, this being probably the lightest, I can't confirm this, but I think this might be the lightest external frame backpack on the market. This is going to save, you know, pain and that kind of thing for folks that have back, whether upper back or lower back. That is a key aspect for folks buying this, you know, and for folks that just don't want to feel weight on their shoulders. You know, I happen to be one of those folks. I don't like, you know, weight pulling down on my shoulders. So going to an external frame backpack can solve that problem very, very well. And I really think that that is the primary selling point of this backpack. So again, just to recap, you know, if you like the concept of having a smaller volume backpack with the ability to put something down here, grab one of these now before the new versions comes out. But if you like the idea of having a larger volume backpack and you don't care about this possible dead space down here, then hang loose. I think the new versions are scheduled to come out obviously in 2017. It might be spring of 2017. So that'll be something to look forward to if you want that higher volume external frame backpack. Cannot say enough good things about this. I don't have a lot of miles on this particular fabric version, but I do have a fair amount of miles on my Cuban fiber version and have absolutely enjoyed it every single time I take it out. And I think that's really about all I got to say. Thanks.